back to another episode here on ESGNet as we're back here for NCAA 14 with the Highland Scotties Dynasty here. And we're back here with Scotties Sports Talk here this week. Just a little quick wrap up here of some of the players that we just recently signed here who are going to be part of the Scotties team for next season, as we are still looking for a lot of defensive players here, and we're going to try to see if we what guys we got signed already here. Of course, we got some battles still to fight here for a lot of guys there, like Ian Marks there. His top school is Clemson. He is a number 6 tackle there on the list, and run blocking tackle there for us. We're looking for. We're also looking for some offensive line players there, but we're also really our main focus so far. So far, we've got some guys that we need for at least for depth reasons, but we're still looking for some of the key players there we want for to start for us next season. So Marks is one of those guys on offense there. As you take a look, we're just 500 points behind Clemson there, but he does have a week, or does have a day coming up here, or at least a visit coming up in week 13, which is not far off from here. And we're hoping to see if we can try to, influence him a little more here as we go along there. And there you see he gets a weekend visit there with Clemson coming up in week 11. So far, UConn I think is off his list there. Actually no, they're number 5 there on his list there, so they're still over there. But for the most part here, we're the 2 top schools there for him. Massey, the number 5 athletic player there. We're just 1,000 or so back. We've been trying to go after him. I can't remember. He's a 5-star athlete here. I can't remember what some of his key things are. I want to say it's offense, but I could be wrong. We'll take a look here and see. It got good speed. It's not defense there. I think he might be a good tight end. Looking at his number, catch is pretty good. So yeah, he's going to be an offensive guy there. I would imagine probably a tight end with his size and whatnot there. But yeah, he's a gem right there. He's 81 overall, and we're really trying to push for him. And right now, the only 2 schools he is one to talk to is Tennessee and us. So we made that cutoff point there, and we also, since then we've also offered him a scholarship, and we're trying to see if we can bring him in here. He's going to come in week 13 there, and we'll see how things go here. And then we got number 9 ranked corner there, Alex Gatewood there, another player that could probably he could be a starter for us next season. He could be one of our freshmen that we're defensive guys that we're trying to bring in there from New Jersey there. 4-star guy, 6'2", 185 or 83 pounds. And we look at his, you see his playing time. He knows that he has a good chance of having playing time next year. Speed, look at that speed, 92 speed, and he's an 85 overall. And we really like him. Coach Teddy Bonch has been just really talking about him in some meetings there I got a chance to sit in with. And he really is impressed with this kid there. You see great man and great zone there. Press not that great, but hey, he'll take what he can get. And Alex Gatewood could be a key guy there defensively next season for us if everything goes right here. We're trying to go after him. His visit is coming up in week 11, and of course there you see some of the team bonuses that he's wanting us to get. And so far the defense has been doing pretty good there, with the exception of interceptions. We haven't gotten that many interceptions, but things could change here. We still got quite a few more games coming up, especially a big game coming up here in this week against number 8 Ole Miss. We'll talk about that a little later. Mark Stover is another guy from Franklin Park, Illinois, just outside of Chicago there. 26th ranked athlete on the board out there in the nation, and he's another guy here who could play. I think it's a defensive side of the ball here. I might be mistaken. But there's 5'11", 221. So I was going to say no, probably a receiver there. So it's 91 speed. Take a look at his catch. Not great catching zone. So yeah, he might be a defensive guy there. He might be a corner. or maybe possibly a safety out there. So yeah, defensive guy there again. Good chance to really these freshmen that are coming in here, to be quite honest, could come in here and really take over, because we're going to be losing a lot of guys on both sides of the ball. Mainly, I've been stressing this in the last couple of episodes. We're going to lose a lot of guys on defense. So defense, if you're a defensive kind of guy out there, this is the best time, especially with the school that just, they just won the national championship here, and look like they could win another one here coming up, or at least be in a decent bowl game. We still got a couple more games left to play, and we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. But we're one of the schools out there that everybody's talking about. This could be a chance for you to come in and be a difference maker and make some history here. We got Andres Aguilar. This is one of the guys that you guys submitted here, and there you see minus 800 there in overall views. Trying to go after him. He's third on our list, as he's number 4 in the nation in defensive tackles, a pass rusher there, 6'4", 285 pounds, and my idea is trying to get that Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Colorado area, just the states that touch us border-wise. And of course we got Florida and Texas that Coach Teddy Bonds has connections with there. And so far, it doesn't look like we might lose maybe a pipeline or two next season, but for the most part here, the pipelines that we're trying to grow here within the bordering states of Kansas, or the ones at least near us, we're looking pretty good here coming this season here. And Aguilar is one of those two guys that we've been really pushing for here. Michigan State and Iowa there are the top 2 schools there, and then of course he is going to be showing up here in a couple weeks there on campus. I don't know why we went to that one, but Jesus Riz there from Oklahoma, number 6 in strong safety there, coverage strong safety guy. Colorado's one of the top schools there. Looking at him, we're just 980 back from him, and we've been putting on a lot of points on there for him also too. Take a look there. Conference prestige, it's nice. Program tradition and proximity at home. He's just gonna be a state away, and that's one of the things Coach Teddy Barnes was talking to him about. It's like, hey, you're only a couple hours away from home. Coach Teddy Barnes, not pulling back. It's just, he says, we're the smallest little town that you'll probably know from the NCAA, that with the fans here, that the city, the little town loves this school, loves the tradition of the school, and he really was trying to put this little town on the map here. But there you see some pretty good, decent numbers around the 70s there in his zone and man coverage, and of course in press there. So again, another guy there we could be possibly looking at there, possibly if he does sign with us, another depth player there in that position there. Chad Goodfry there you see from Ohio, 22nd ranked athlete there. Some of these guys we've been adding onto the board here lately, and this is one of them. There you see he's our top school there. He likes what we're saying. So we've offered a scholarship, but so far he has not said yet. I know Coach Teddy Bonds was just talking to him just about 20 minutes ago before we got on air here, and he, by the sounds of it, he seems like he's really good. I've seen some game film of him. 95 speed there. We'll take a look at his catch. Catch not the greatest there, but so he might be a defensive guy there, and that would be very helpful. Like I said, put him in that corner situation there, and if we have him in that corner situation there, that would definitely lock up one of the 2 top spots there for our corners there for next season there, and of course for the next 4 years there. Therefore, so but week 9 there, I believe that's next week, we'll see him here on campus there, and he's really excited about meeting with the coach, and Coach Teddy Bonds, of course, really excited about seeing that young man, see what he can do. He's been really impressed with his game film, especially 2 weeks ago when he seen some film of him playing back home. Mario King, another guy there, outside linebacker. This is another player that you guys submitted, and there you see 73 overall. Highland is the top school there. We're pretty much running away with him. He's a 3-star prospect, 6'2", 230 pounds. and just a great kid there. Plays some. He's just a great football player. He loves the sport so much. He's actually a three-star sport athlete. He plays football, basketball, and some baseball. He even tried out for a while there playing some soccer. Enjoyed it, but not, still, he says, he still learned some things there. But there you see 73 overall. And take a look at his numbers there. Yeah, a big guy like him playing soccer is kind of, it's not, any different, but he's even playing in, I believe, in a, or he's been talking about to coach about playing some rugby for next, kind of get ready for next season here as a just a fun extra activity out there, and just kind of work on kind of toughening up and whatnot, because if you've ever seen or played rugby, it is a tough sport there. But yeah, he's gonna be in there just next week there, as we get a chance to meet with him and see him there in here on campus. Another one there, 99 ranked CB, hard hitter, 3-star guy there. Like I said, now we're just looking at some depth now here, just trying to find some players that can fill out the roster if we need them, if all possibilities here. So just at this point of the season here, we've hit and miss with some players here, and of course we got some players that, surprisingly enough, we were able to lock them in and get them, which was surprising. Which right now we have a kicking situation here. We'll get to that here in just a bit, because we have 2 good kickers that we're going to end up be picking up here. And of course we're going to test them out. We're going to see which one's the better kicker. Whichever is the better kicker is going to, of course, get that starting role as the kicker. And of course we also looking for a punter, so we're going to be looking into that also too. So whoever kicking battle, we'll see who the better kicker is, and of course whoever is will get that spot, and then the other one will get, of course, be the punter. Pope there from South Dakota there, again, just filling the role there. He's a CB, 118th in the CBs this season on the board. He's a balanced player there. There you see he knows he's got a good chance to get some playing time here and really try to grow and develop here with Highland next season here. As like I mentioned before here, not the greatest speed there, but decent man there, not so much a zone. But everybody's job's on the line next season. If you're a sophomore, junior, or even a senior, and you think you're gonna get that starting role spot, hey, not necessarily the case there. Coach Teddy Blunt says everyone's job's on the line at all times, and regardless of who you are or how long you've been on that team, if you don't show what you can do this season, going into playing hard up throughout the season here and going to the next season, there's a good chance you may get cut, or you may be playing the backup role. But there you see Kevin Jones there, 88 overall, defensive tackle there from Rolla, Missouri, and another guy there that we're looking at here. And you take a look at it, not the best tackling, but pretty good pursuit there, and play recognition's on top there. Nice job there for him, and of course strength there, not too bad there. And we're just outside of his projected cutoff here. We offered a scholarship to him, but again, he's one of those guys that we just added here recently onto the board there. So if we're gonna press him in here in the next couple of weeks here, we'll keep him on. Hopefully we can jump over that here in this week's game against Ole Miss, and we can jump over that threshold there, and hopefully we can get some interest sparked into him. Joey Wallace and Chris Justice Cross. Joey Wallace and those two are the two kickers I was mentioning earlier there. 84, 83 overall there. Those are 2 guys that are going to be battling for the kicking position. Kevin Moody, unable to get him, 5-star guy there. He's going to end up going to out there in Ohio or Oregon State there with the Beavers. Mackay Lampkin, one of the players that you guys submitted, unfortunately he will not be with us, as he's going to go to Wyoming there. So unfortunately that's not happening. And then of course there's some other players there we've just recently just got, and that's nice to see there. So we got some good signings here in the last couple of weeks here, and just hoping we can just finish this season off with at least hopefully a couple more, at least 2 or 3 more, as we still have, I believe, 15 scholarships left in our grasp so far here. So everything looking pretty good here. Take a look here as we go into this one here. There you see. This week we're going to be playing against Ole Miss. We're currently first in the nation there as we beat our former offensive coordinator Alan Lawrence there. Beat San Diego State there 41 to 9 there for the final score there. USC there right behind us. Clemson, Arizona, Texas, Alabama, Ohio State, Ole Miss, and Florida State are round out your top. Also Oklahoma around your top 10 there. And then of course look at the bottom there. You got some bit of shifting around there. Minnesota there 4-2. They dropped back jump out 2 spots from last week, beating Northwestern. They play Michigan number 13 this week. What else? K-State and Oklahoma are going to be playing against each other. Oklahoma was in a bit of a game there for the first half, but then really pulled away there in the second half against Kansas. They beat Kansas 45-24. And then Georgia and Vandy last week 49-13. And along here, keep going down here. Of course, Notre Dame, they dropped down to 22nd in the nation. They were number 17 last week. K-State, they jump up 3 spots there from 24 to 21. And Wake Forest and Penn State enter into the top 25 here this week with Penn State 5-2 and Wake Forest at 5-1. They'll both have games this week. Penn State will be playing against the Maryland Terp, and then of course Wake Forest will be playing against Boston College. So, and then you see the other teams there out there, other colleges that got some votes here, received some votes, and of course the 2 that dropped out was Oregon and West Virginia. Now, I do have not some breaking news just yet because we can't really confirm it. We're still trying to talk to some people within the Big 12, but there is talk about, of course, Highland moving on to the Big 12. Not necessarily next season. They'll play as an independent school 1 more year, and then in year 5, they'll go into the Big 12. But there is a big rumor going around that the Big 12 is talking to several other schools. As you know, they do have West Virginia that represent the East Coast, but they're looking for a team out in the West Coast to kind of try to sting the brand on both coasts there. Of course, West Virginia out on the East Coast, and West Coast, they're trying to look for another team out there. And there's a couple of names, and one of the big names that really kind of stuck out there was BYU. So we could possibly, there's talk, we try to get a hold of BYU officials there. They did not want to comment at all at the time, but we're hoping we can get a chance to talk to them, to the athletic director, and of course their president there here, and hopefully they'll get back to us. We get a chance to talk to them. But those are the possible schools that could join along with Highland here in 2 seasons from now. Other schools, of course, Houston was also a team that was possibly thinking about moving up to the Big 12. And of course, a couple of Conference USA schools, other ones there like Memphis and several others were also being considered to be a part of that. There was even talk about Colorado State possibly leaving the Mountain West there and coming to the Big 12. Of course, we are, years ago we had Colorado. Of course, now they're with the Pac-12. And so now, we could have another Colorado school they're representing there, as they want to possibly maybe try to get some connection with some of the players or some of the fans there in the Midwest. So we'll have to see how that goes. But like I said, we have not gotten the official or cannot confirm anything just yet. But when we do, we'll try our best to get that news passed on to you guys. So we'll take a look here at the players of the week there. You see Jalen Hurts there, 19-27, 336 yards, 13 carries, 106 yards on the ground with 5 total touchdowns. Ron Smith, who had a really good game against us, but lost, 8 tackles, 3 interceptions there in that game against us there last week. And of course, for the Independents there, Damian Adams there to tackle with 2 interceptions. Wendell Cason, there you see there, 23 carries, 182 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns there for him, getting that win there against San Diego State, 41-9. So great week there for those 2 guys. Of course, that's going to help out Cason in his attempt to return to the national scene with hopefully another chance for the Heisman. As we take a look here, we'll take a quick look at the Ole Miss roster here. You got Patterson, their quarterback, Jefferson, their top wide receiver, Jones, their top corner there. And yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. Number 8 ranked Ole Miss here, and I think besides Alabama, I think they're one of the 2 ranked teams here in the top 25. I think really in the top 10. I think there's only 2 so far, or maybe 3 here in the top 10 for the SEC. But yeah, Ole Miss has a good team this year here, and this is going to be a very interesting game. You know, a lot of people are wondering, you know, last year we played against another SEC team like LSU. We lost. This year we played them again. We won. I don't know why, but a lot of people are saying that there's some comparisons to them, and this could be another game like that. I don't see that. I think we might see a shootout here, and I think it's basically going to come down to the quarterbacks. I think it's going to really come down to quarterbacks. Which quarterback's going to have a better day? Is it going to be Patterson or is it going to be Flanagan? And of course, Van Jefferson there, you see his numbers there. Total touchdowns so far for his 3 years he's been playing so far. Here's 7 touchdowns total. He has 3 so far this season. And then of course, there you see yards after catch and his drops. He's had 2 so far here this season with a total of 4 for his career. But he has 22 receptions here this season. He got some good hands there. You see, look at his acceleration, his speed, and his agility there. So he's definitely going to be an NFL caliber type of player here. And that is a guy defensively we're really going to have to probably watch him very closely there. And not too closely, because if we do, then that's going to give chances now for other players to really get their numbers up and going there. So it's a guy we're just going to have to keep our eye on and not make sure he don't make too many big plays. Jones there, their corner there, 31 tackles total for his career, but 13 this season, 4 tackles for loss, 18 assisted tackles, only 1 sack, and 1 interception this season so far. 6 deflections and 1 forced fumble there for him. He's a great corner. I believe he has pretty decent man-to-man coverage there. So we're going to make sure, find out which side of the field he's on and really try to avoid him. I'm pretty sure he's going to be matched up with Little. So Little, we're going to try to get him involved in the game as much as possible, especially in the short passing route there. As you see, look at the speed there, like acceleration, play recognition, pursuit especially there. So a really good guy defensively there. So if we want to get, like I said, he'll probably be matched up with Little. So Little, if we're going to try to get to him, we're really not going to have to have, we're not going to have I guess the game plan for him for us going against Little there is just going to really have to be, it's going to have to be the short passing game there. Coatley, there you see his numbers there, 6 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 11 assisted sacks, half a sack this season with 1 deflection. And he is one of the defensive linemen there we're going to have to watch out for, especially to our running game there. He is definitely just going to be a monster there, and he is going to try his best to really wreak havoc on our running game. As we'll take a look here and look at his, not the greatest speed, but good acceleration and good agility there. Awareness is pretty good for a defensive tackle there for his size. And then you see a strength tackle, and of course power and finesse moves and his block shedding, especially his block shedding. He's gonna just shred our offensive line there, and our offensive line it's been kind of shaky here at times. But he is definitely going to be a guy there that we're going to have to really, have to double team him if we're going to do the running game there, because I really feel like he is going to just try to eat Cason alive there on the line. But there you see, we're pretty much heavily favorites in this one. Okay, yeah, King, and okay, so this is, yeah, this must be week 9. So yeah, we'll have King, Mario King will be here. Of course, some other players there that are showing up here for this week's game. There's, I think, at least 2 more showing up. So this should be a nice game here for them to see. Take a look at Ole Miss. Last week they beat LSU there 38-24. So that's definitely a motivator. And they have not lost a game. They've only had 2 games. Tennessee and Vandy. They went to overtime, but were able to win those. I guess Florida and LSU are probably legitimate teams that they played so far here. But yeah, for the most part here, they look like a team here. There you see last game for Patterson, 18 of 25 to 264 with 8 carries, 97 yards on the ground, and 4 touchdowns there. So we're really going to have to be, that's going to be a challenge there for us to keep Patterson in check there and make sure he does not have a fun day there on behind center there. So that is it for this week here in Scotties Sports Talk here. It was nice to talk about some of our players there that we're going to try to go after. Of course, take a little quick preview of what is to come here, coming up here in the next episode of this series. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Highland Scotties team builder here on ESGNet. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media by hitting or by the links down below there, Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. Check those out there. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you guys can be notified of when this series or any other series here on the channel is uploaded, as all uploads will be a part of YouTube premieres all summer long here on the channel. So you guys will know the date and time of when this series or any other series here on the channel is uploaded. So you guys can kind of set your day up and see and hit those reminders there to remind you guys when this series or any other series here on the channel is on. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.